Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Tango Oscar Mike 73. I'm going to review for you an antenna I've had for over a year. Actually got it as a Christmas present the year before last. So this is the Chameleon F-Loop, or the Floop. And it comes with this carrying case, little military backpack with a molly. It comes with this is the mast, the little attachment mast that you mount the loop onto. It comes with two special pieces of coax. You can also get it with a metal loop. Compact metal loop is two. I chose the coax because using one of these gives you 20 and 40, and using a double loop is supposed to give you 80 meters. Now this is LMR 400, but they're special. I think that's why they're marked with the green, because it's been shorted. So there's no separation between the shield and the center connector, and it uses the whole thing for the radiating loop. They give you a small section of coax with a built-in choke. There's the metal radiating loop. And this is the box right here. Now, this is the heaviest antenna that I own, which is why you don't see me using it very often. This is not a backpack portable antenna. It does pack down this nice bag, but again, like I said, this is, I think when this is all put together, it's like 7 pounds. Plus you have to take a tripod, and I'll be using the tripod that the camera's on after I get it put together. So it's very simple to put together. Screw the mast onto the top. And this obviously extends up. It can't actually go up that high for the loop. This is what I use for my selfie stick for the GoPro. This is a standard camera fitting up on top, and it actually works really well, and I have it, so eliminates me having to buy something else. So again, this is LMR 400. I kind of wish I would have got the metal loop, the portable metal loop. I know it would have been heavier, but the LMR 400, as you can see, can be a pain. And I worry about doing this too often, bending it and bending it back out again, but you have to stretch it out so you can get the loop. So they make a solid loop for this now that doesn't collapse. It's one solid loop that's supposed to be very efficient. We'll see. And then you just screw the ends in to either side. And you kind of the shape of the loop really doesn't make that much difference. It can affect the radiating power, the radiation a little bit. But really not that much. So now I have the Floop on the tripod. This is a cheap Amazon Basics tripod. I wouldn't recommend it for this antenna. If you're going to be using this antenna a lot, I would go with a much heavier tripod. Actually, let's go to 20 meters here. And let's just spin and see if we hear anybody. Now, since you can hear that the noise level is really low. So what you want to do, as you can turn quickly, you'll hear it. You see how loud it is? And see how slight you have to move the wheel? So it can be difficult to tune. So that's how you tune the antenna. But I found that even after you do it there and I transmit, I get a high SWR, and I could be just a little bit off, and you still get a high SDR, and even though it sounds like you're at the highest point. So this type of antenna, in my opinion, is best for parking and barking, meaning you're setting up on one frequency and you're the one calling. It's not great for frequent frequency changes, or search and destroy type POTA hunting or soda hunting, any type of hunting of that nature. It's not ideal for that. But if you're going to be on one frequency, parking and barking, it's a good antenna. It works actually pretty well. So I'm going to try to find a station calling POTA, tune it, and we'll try to make a contact. Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike. Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike. You could see my SWR was up a little bit there. I'm using 10 watts. Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike. So here's what I'm going to do. If I try to tune this a little better, I'm making very small movements. I'll try again here.
Thank you so much. That'd be great.
Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike. So my since I'm still off on the frequency, I'm going to throw the tuner on real quick. Or the antenna analyzer, I mean. And I should be pointed pretty. And the frequency was 7227. Let's see what the SWR is. See, it's saying 2.2 to 1. Or 2.3, 2.4, because I'm near it now. It's going up. Let's see if I can. Yeah. 1.4. And that was just a very slight movement. When I step away, it's 1.5. But it's so slight. There's 1.2, 1.3. But I mean, I just barely put a pressure on the knob. And I went from a 2.2 to a 1.3. And if I went any more in either direction, I was up over a 5 to 1. So that's the drawback to this antenna, in my opinion. And you can see Augie tearing up the yard back there. Hey, quit tearing up the yard. Somebody tuning up on them. Let's try again to see what my SWR is. Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike. Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike.
Station starting Kilo, really weak signal.
Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike.
Go ahead again, Kilo starting Kilo.
Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike. Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike.
Kilo Charlie 3 Tango Oscar Mike. Boy, that was a hard one. 4-3 into South Carolina, part 2889 QSL.
QSL, I'll give you a 5-3, 5-3 into Western Pennsylvania. I'm using a magnetic loop.
Okay, thanks for the contact into Pennsylvania. 73, this is Kilo 4, Bravo Sierra Charlie, parts on the air. Cheers.
Well, there's a successful contact in North Carolina with the loop. Granted, it was hard to hear me. Now, this is on 70 meters. And as you'll find out with a magnetic loops, 70 meters on this size loop is actually pretty inefficient. I think it's like a 60% efficiency, maybe even less. A 20 meter loop is something, I think 85% efficiency, and it just goes down drastically from there. Even with the double loop at 80 meters, it's not very efficient. I have made contacts within Pennsylvania on 80 meters. In fact, there's a net on the weekends, and I actually talked to the people, checked into the net on the antenna. I haven't had much other success with this antenna other than using it on 20 meters. It seems to work fairly well. On 40s, it's kind of iffy, but as you can see right there, I made a contact in North Carolina, so I'm not complaining. What's nice about the antenna is it's self-contained. There's no big towers, there's no big mass. You don't need a lot of space, there's not a big footprint. I mean, I'm sitting right outside my garage door. So if you live in an apartment or an HOA where you're going to be on 20 meters, maybe 40 meters, you could use this antenna, take it outside, just pick it up off the, take it outside and set it up. No radials, none of that stuff. So it is a nice antenna. I don't use it that often, like I said, because I have other antennas that I think work better. And I'm usually backpacking or packing light, and this antenna is heavy. Maybe this antenna might be good for a vacation trip or something like that. But I think the antenna is $400, $500. I think it's $400, $399 if I'm not mistaken. I got it on sale as a Christmas present. It's not a bad antenna, but I don't know if I would recommend buying it. It has its specific uses, and I really don't have that use for it. So it's a good antenna. It's made really well. It has everything you need. Like I said, I'd probably get a sturdier tripod if I was going to be using this a lot. Maybe try to find one with a nice metal head and fitting. But it fits on a standard tripod. You don't need any special adapters or anything like that. But no, so there it is. The Chameleon F-Loop, or Floop, as I like to call it. And not a bad antenna. Made one contact. I'm happy about that. This is Tango Oscar Mike, 73. Take care. Augie says hi.
Tango Oscar Mike.